Put my mic on. Good. Good morning. It's 9:30. Means it's time to get started with Coffee with the Birds. I want to welcome you all in person and online to Coffee with the Birds here at the Nature Center at Hemlock Crossing County Park. My name is Curtis Dykstra, Parks Naturalist and Program Supervisor with Ottawa County Parks. And this is Coffee with the Birds. So I hope that you're settled in here live in person with a donut and some coffee. And I hope that you online also have a little bit of sweet treats too, donuts and coffee, and can enjoy the birds remotely this morning. So what is Coffee with the Birds? Let me get my slide up here. Coffee with the Birds is an informal time to enjoy coffee, pastries, birds, and community. The other things, the first three things, are the glue that creates the community, and that's the real purpose of this. We want to get together. It doesn't matter what kind of birder you are, if you just enjoy the birds at your backyard feeder, or you travel the world to see all kinds of different birds. If you like birds, hey, even if you don't, right? If you watched my interview, we talked about that. Even if you don't, maybe we can convince you. Come and enjoy the birds here, and we'll identify birds at the feeder. I'll have questions from everybody here and online that I can field. We'll talk bird sightings, etc. This is all about the birds. This is all about community and enjoying our Saturday morning together. So a special welcome. Big shout outs to our sponsors. Okay, first of all, Rick here with Point of Light Media, who is providing the live stream. Thank you. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the tidbit portion, but Point of Light records interviews with loved ones for forever, so that you can have the stories that they have captured forever. So he does video work with that, and if you're interested in that, you can get a hold of him at pointoflightmedia.com. Aldea Coffee, how about it? Sorry for those of you online, you maybe have Aldea, but maybe not, I don't know. Aldea Coffee has donated all of their coffee. They brew it, they bring it, and we enjoy it. So thank you so much to Aldea Coffee for bringing their coffee. Awashanong Islands Audubon Society, they donate a chunk of money for our bird seed. DeBryan Seed Stores, they donate the prizes, and we buy the seed from them. And we're not going to forget about the Friends of Ottawa County Parks, because we're still, even though they have finished as an entity, they still have had an impact, and the hot drinks and things have been provided by them. So we thank you for their generosity to us. So with that said, I think we ought to watch the birds at the feeder. What do you think? I think that's the point. Are there birds at the feeder? That's the question. There's a junco to the left of 8, back behind number 7 there on the ground. Yep. So I'm going to check in online here. We've got a couple of people. We've got Pamela from Fremont, and we've got Shirley from Acre Lake, Holton, Michigan. Nice. Welcome to all of you. If you're online, and would love to hear from you where you are, and if you have questions, then I'll keep checking in on the live stream here to get your questions as well and comments. So please be a part of this community, even though you're not right here with us. We want you to be a part of this community too. So we've got, oh, where did that junco go? Oh, and he's running around, Rick. He's gonna be hard. And you know what? While we are waiting for birds to show up and Rick to get the camera on them, right? They're not making it easy for Rick when there's no birds. Sponsors, oh my goodness, how can I even forget? Coffee with the Birds cannot be possible without the support of our Mug Club members. So thank you, Mug Club members. Raise your mugs carefully so you don't spill. But we thank you for your support of Coffee with the Birds with your purchase of a membership, which includes this lovely mug with the photo by June Kuiper of the blue heron. And I will say, while we're waiting for the birds, you let me know when the birds show up here. Two chickadees in the bushes there. Oh, yep, on number 8. There we had a bird. And we got a bird over at number 4. There's the juncos. Yay, with the snow falling. That's dark-eyed junco. That is a wintertime resident, here only in the winter months, so October through March. We can see them some in April too before they head out. Chickadees being year-round residents. So the weather recently has not been conducive for feeder watching because the birds, when it's this warm and the snow has been melted, they have other food sources. They're going out and about and are just content not to have to be dependent on these feeders. And there's been another factor. Anybody want to guess what the other factor is at the feeders? No. Cooper's hawk. So the Cooper's hawk has been a regular visitor here, but that's cyclical. So they'll come until the birds don't, and then they'll leave, and then the birds come back. So we have been having a regular Cooper's hawk. I thought with the colder weather moving in now, that big change, that we'd have a few birds at the feeders. But this is a little disappointing right now. Yeah, right. So I always say, as a naturalist and educator, I am at the mercy of the woods. Okay? I am at the this is not a zoo, this is not a cage, this is not, we don't train our animals to do certain tricks and all of that. We are at the mercy of their behavior, and we learn something whatever the circumstances. I hear chickadees coming. Have faith. Have faith. On number 4, chickadee came in. So the question is that corn on the ground, and does that keep them off the feeders? Yes. So there's a mixture of cracked corn, whole corn, and then it's actually the Junco mix from DeBrine. Oh, nice. Rick's got a really nice view of the chickadee and a hemlock eating a seed. Very nice, Rick. So the food on the ground does deter the squirrels from getting up on the feeders. So giving them what they want is one way to keep them off your other feeders. Yep. Yeah. So you can do both. So you can provide them a full access feeder. It doesn't have any baffles on it. It sounds like that's maybe what you do. Do you have a feeder that they get on? Yep. 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 Oh yeah. After that's empty, or even when it's not? Okay. Yep. Having an extra feeder away also is a deterrent. It's never going to keep them 100% away, but throwing some on the ground might help too. That's what we do here. I've thought about putting up 100% access to the squirrel's feeder, but I haven't done that. But yeah, it's a deterrent. It's not going to keep them away 100%, but it helps. Putting baffles on your other feeders and having other deterrents add the layers of protection for your feeders. So, yep. Oh. Yep. So the question is, why aren't there goldfinches here? That's a really good question, because if you were here last month, we had a ton of goldfinches, and we've been having a ton of goldfinches at our feeders. Just until recently. We've got a downy woodpecker coming in on number 10, Rick. Rick's got a new toy too. I don't know, is that working, the switching the feeders around, the cameras around? Yeah, there, look at that. He's got a camera that switches right over to number 10. Downy woodpecker, North America's smallest woodpecker. So we've been having a lot of goldfinches here. And what's happened to them, I don't know. That combination of the weather and the hawk might have something to do with it. Chickadee on 4 now too. We'll get beyond chickadees and downies. I promise you, we'll see something additional. But, but yeah, where the goldfinches are right now is a question mark for me. So they should be coming in. They forgot it was coffee with the birds today. They got their calendars wrong or something. One more question in here, then I'm going to field some from online. Go ahead. Okay. Yes. So the question is, can you tell the difference, or how do you tell the difference between Carolina chickadee and black-capped chickadee? Because Project Feeder Watch was saying this is the one to be on the lookout for, is Carolina chickadee. Why they're saying that to Michiganders, I don't know. So that is, I don't believe that there's any records of them ever being in Michigan. There is an area where they do overlap. It's a chickadee of the south and southeast U.S. But by south, I mean you go across the border, and this is far south. You know, we consider Ohio south, don't we? About midway Ohio, there's an overlap area of black-capped chickadee and Carolina chickadee where they both are. And you get south of that line, and it's a pretty narrow band. And that band may be moving north, so eventually we may get them in Michigan. You go south of that, and it's all Carolina chickadees. North of that, you get all black-capped chickadees. You can tell them apart by their song. You can tell them apart by the Carolina chickadee is smaller, and it doesn't have that silvery streak on the wing. The song for a Carolina chickadee is oh boy, now I'm going to do black-capped chickadee. Hey, sweetie is black-capped chickadee. Hey, sweetie, or hey, sweet. The Carolina chickadee is sing high, sing low. Dee-doo-dee-doo. Dee-doo-dee-doo. Right. Oh, we got 8 juncos now. So if you're traveling and you see a chickadee, note what state you're in. You might be seeing something other than a black-capped chickadee. And to the untrained eye, they look very, very similar. They're very, very similar. Yes. Yep. Yep. So online here, and yell if you see those goldfinches coming in or anything. There's one goldfinch? Okay. Well, oh, and I hear it now. They do that little call now. Here. So, yes, I'm here. There you go. I'm here. I told you, I promised, and I am holding by my promise. We saw more than chickadees and juncos. Online, we've got Whippoorwill 5201. I know who that is. That's the Mannings from Park Township. And had our first pileated woodpecker this morning of the year, first of the year. Awesome. And then we've got Amy Lamberts saying good morning from Coopersville. We love our birds. Richard Wakefield, first-time viewer from Holland. Hey, special welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. And Pamela says, January 21st is National Squirrel Day. You know, I also love the squirrels. That's right. So we got to throw some love to the squirrels too. They can eat all our food, but you gotta hand it to them. Without the squirrels, it would be a little less interesting out here, wouldn't it? Gotta love them. Yep. Just not too many of them, right? There's the goldfinch at number 4. Might want to lower that camera down or something a little bit. So now we're starting to get some birds, especially, oh, there's another one. So one of the birds that I've been told we need to keep a lookout for is the common redpoll, and they would be with with goldfinch flocks often. So as we get later into midwinter and late winter in particular, that's oftentimes when they start showing up at feeders. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to actually throw a picture of them up on the screen here a second. What do I think? Oh, gotcha. They sound a little bit like goldfinches, but it's the bottom right picture there, the common redpoll. They're whitish with streaks on the side and on the back. They've got a little yellow bill with a tiny black face mask and a red spot here. The males have pinkish on the breast, the females don't. So these are some other finches that we can see, but in particular, common redpoll and maybe pine siskin could show up this winter. So I wanted to show you that. Oops. So any questions, comments, things you want to share? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the question is, and I repeat so that everybody online can hear through my microphone. The question is, pileated woodpeckers, how to attract them. She lives near Hope College, and typically they don't like urbanized areas. Now, they've become more tolerant of urban, but they're not going to be in an area where there's all kinds of houses. I've had it happen, but it's a rare thing, and they're usually just moving through. Typically, you need a nice big tract of deciduous woodlands like this. So if you're in a neighborhood that it borders something like that, you might see them, but it's a pretty hard thing to attract. It's even hard to attract them to our feeders here when we've got them out back here. They occasionally come to our feeders, but they're not regular visitors here. Some people are lucky, and they get them all the time at their feeders. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. In town. Yep. Yep, and if you think about it, if you're a big woodpecker, you need really big trees and really big holes and things to live. And so you need a larger area to do that, and typically we're not going to have old big dead trees in neighborhoods and things like that. That's why downy woodpeckers are so common in town, because they can nest in holes in dead branches on trees rather than full dead trees. So they're one of the more adaptable ones to urbanized environments. Very good question. And we've got a couple of comments here. Squirrels over woodpeckers. Fight me. Uh-oh. Those fighting words. Happy coffee with the birds day from Tabitha. Yes, we know Tabitha. She's here. And she likes to chime in online here. Hello from inside the Nature Center at Hemlock Crossing. Go Parks. Shirley Harris says, is anyone else seeing or feeding bluebirds? I have 4 regular ones and am feeding mealworms. Anybody else in the room seeing bluebirds? Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of you but us here. I'm not jealous of it. But yeah, we've got about a half a dozen people raising hands in here. And if you have bluebirds and you're online, feel free to chime in too. Mealworms is the thing to feed if you want bluebirds, but you also need to be in the habitat, especially wintering habitat for them. They're usually in flocks of open fields, scattered trees, but right now in particular they're looking for berries, so abundant berries as well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you saw them at you saw bluebirds at Black Lake Boardwalk. Okay, good deal. Black Lake Boardwalk, there you go. You can potentially find some bluebirds there. We sometimes see them in the field here at the Nature Center. I haven't seen them a lot this winter though. So another place that I know nearby, if you go out to 136th, the dirt road, 136th, like straight east of us, at the Pigeon River Bridge, just north of that, we often see them along that, sitting on the fences and things. Of course, it's not an every time you go you see them. That's how birds are. They have wings, they fly. So, Eastonville at the farm? Okay, Eastonville Farm. There you go, County Park. Oh, we got a titmouse coming in to number 1. There you go. I don't know if any of those have snuck in before. And the goldfinches are starting to come in. I see them coming from up above too. So we've got more goldfinches coming in. I think as the snow is coming, they're like, oh, it's time to eat. We enjoyed our 50-something degree days, and now it's not bad. There's number 6, we've got a titmouse on. Yep, number 4 is starting to fill in. Earlier this year, we had 50 or more goldfinches out there at a time. So I'm hoping we can bump our numbers up here a little bit. Uh-oh, that wasn't bumping numbers up. That was, yeah, what happened? There's a titmouse on number 6 here at the mealworm feeder. I think we've got, what do we have above 4? Titmouse. I think we have something that's, you can see this titmouse on number 6. It's kind of ducking like there was a warning call or like there was some potential threat. Yep, the downy on 10 doing the same thing. So oftentimes if there's a threat, whether it's real or perceived, they'll freeze on the feeders because movement attracts the attention of the predator. So, yeah, he's sitting real still. Yeah, just when the birding gets good, then what, is this a Cooper's hawk coming through, or is this? Usually if they're still this long, then there is something. There's something. If it's a false alarm, they usually go about their business pretty quick. Oh, you see this one, Rick? Up above number 4. Oh, there he goes. He was just sitting there with a peanut in his mouth, didn't dare eat it. Now the downy woodpecker is starting to eat on number 10. They're going about their business again. Come on back, goldfinches. Come on back. Oh, nice. Oh, you were on it, weren't you? Or did you just re-find him? Oh, nice. Check that out. That's some award-winning videography there. We'll see that posted on your website. You can keep it there all day. That's really cute. Tufted titmouse, very good look. The Mannings say they have bluebirds visiting a couple times a week. We feed them dried mealworms. Also had first of the year pine siskin and goldfinches yesterday. So pine siskin is another thing to be on the lookout for. Yeah. So what are you at, Mannings? What's your count for 2026 so far? See, birders reset the clock in more ways than one on January 1st. Your birding list goes from who knows however much. Mine usually for Ottawa County is over 200 species for Ottawa County for the year. It goes down to 0. It goes down to 0. And so we have to start all over again. And it's kind of a fresh slate clean, and everybody's got to get out there and see their first bird. So I want to know how many birds they've got so far. I think I got like 40 or 41 species for 2026 so far, somewhere in that range. But it's a fun thing to keep track of your birds through the year. Oh, the goldfinch. Oh my goodness, it's raining goldfinches. If you look up this way, there's another 20 of them up here. Now we're getting the goldfinches. Okay, you can't call me a liar now. And they're going to be moving over to the feeder number 2 here when they overcrowd these feeders too. There we go. It just took a little while for them to warm up. They slept in this morning. Yeah, we've got, we've probably got, oh my goodness, we've probably got 40 goldfinches out here. Because if you look up here, there's a bunch more waiting. Yep. And the 2 feeders are full. 3 and 4 are full of birds right now. Both feeders. So, if you see something that doesn't look like the others, let me know, because that could be pine siskin. It could be, here, I've got my binoculars too, but it could be a redpoll. I keep waiting. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, look at the TV screen now. We got a feeder full of goldfinches. Do we win on the goldfinches, Mannings? So Shirley Harris asks, what is in the feeder with all the goldfinches? That is a sunflower seed. It is no mess. It's out of the hull. Coarse sunflower from DeBrine is what it is. You can get coarse. You can get, and then 2 types of ground up sunflower seeds, depending on the feeder that you're feeding them. I do coarse so that it doesn't fall out of the mesh feeder so quickly. And that's just basically the whole sunflower seed out of the hull. And they love it. They love it. We got a downy on 5 here and on 9 over there and on 10. That's 3 downy woodpecker and a hairy woodpecker on number 10. Hairy woodpecker, that's a new one for the morning. Yes. Okay, yes. The question is about the goldfinches. How do you tell the males and the females apart? If you look at the goldfinches, you'll see different shades of color. They're pretty similar. The best thing you need to do is look at their faces. If you see brighter yellow on their faces, that's a male. And if you see any hint of black on the poll on the cap here, that's a male. The females are the dullest. They don't have really any yellow in them at all this time of year. Now come spring, they'll brighten up a little bit. They'll have more yellow hues to their plumage, but the males brighten up all the way full yellow. Yep. Yeah, I gotta get see, sometimes I even need to have my binoculars to tell them. I'm gonna look at this TV screen here. That's a little easier for me. The top right of the number 4, you see how much yellow is on that one? That's a male. The top left, yeah, and most of these look like females to me, unless they're young males or males that really lost most of every bit of their yellow. I'm not seeing very many yellowy birds. The bottom right, you can even see a little bit of black on the forehead. That's another male. Yeah, the bottom right of 4. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a male there. Has its bottom right of the number 3 has bright yellow in the wing yet, and a little bit of black on the forehead. Yeah, that chin and face area with the brighter yellow, that's the males. And then like I say, if you see any other of the spring characteristics, oh, we've got juncos out in force. Yeah, under number 8, we got all kinds of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oak behind 10. Oh, the maple. Maple. It is a maple. It's all right. White-breasted nuthatch up on the first branch off to the left of the maple, coming down the tree now. That's our first nuthatch of the day. Right on 4. This one right here, downy. The feeder branch. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that just took me a bit. I had multiple voices, and I'm like, what's this? I'm looking at a downy right here. And that's a hairy. So that's the hairy up on the screen. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to pull up in just a moment here, Rick. I'll tell you when I'm set. I'm going to pull up downy versus hairy woodpecker. There it is. So we've got both, and both were in view at the same time. The hairy woodpecker has a longer, bigger beak, and is, I think that was a false alarm. They didn't all go. But the hairy woodpecker, longer beak, bigger size. They're 2 inches bigger. 2 inches bigger than the downy woodpecker. They don't have any white on the outer tail feathers, or they don't have any black on the outer white tail feathers, whereas the downy woodpeckers do have little flecks there. But look how small the bill is compared to the head. as compared to the hairy woodpecker. It's almost the same length as the head, or at least 2/3 the length of the head is the length of the bill, whereas the downy woodpecker is like 1/4 the size. So that's your little primer on downy hairy woodpecker up there on the screen. Oh, oops. There you go. Yeah, the squirrels went and the birds went. You can hear the hairy woodpecker. He was doing the peep, peep, peep. Let's check online here and see once if we've got any comments. Reporting 4 snow-covered turkeys. Susan, nice. Lucky you. That's a nice one. Where are you located with your 4 snow-covered turkeys there, Susan? Oh, question in the back. Yes. I don't know that I've heard of case. So the question is it unusual for birds of differing species to be using the same nesting or the same cavity for roosting overnight? I don't know that I've heard of interspecies roosting overnight. I wouldn't say that it's impossible, but typically I would think it's atypical. But that's just me kind of guessing. I haven't seen any papers on it or anybody talk to me about it. What have you seen? Oh, did you? Okay. So we have someone that witnessed a chickadee and a nuthatch come out of the same hole in the morning. So that if there are going to be a couple that get along, chickadee, nuthatch, titmouse, they usually during the winter get along. So maybe they're like, yeah, okay. I do know this, beavers, we're going to go to mammals. Beavers do allow muskrats to come into their lodges in the winter to keep warm. They don't compete with each other, so yeah. So maybe you should do a study on your little friend pair there. That's pretty cool. The turkeys are in Spring Lake. Spring Lake. So I do have an announcement to make, and I'll make it in there as well, but I would like to do it online too, because we're not doing a live stream of the tidbits portion. We've had a little bit of back and forth with the company that did these mugs, these wonderful mugs. They did turn out a little dark, and they acknowledged that, and they tried a second batch. They turned out the same, so then I said, is there something else that you can do? And they did. The 4Imprint gave us little pins. And so I've only got 3 prototypes right now, but the rest are on order. So we can't hand them out now, but I'm wearing one, and you can see it here. Those of you who are Mug Club members, if you purchased your mug or will purchase your mug, you will get a pin. Okay? So, by the way, for the low price of $19.95, yeah. Shipping and handling. So there it is. They are coming. They should be here toward the 20-somethings of this month, I think is what they estimate. And then we'll have them available here. I don't want to make you wait until February, but if you come back in February, you can pick it up then, or you can pick it up before. I'll announce it through my emails when they come in. Yep. These turned out great. You know, I'll pass this around. Don't stick it in your pocket. If it doesn't make it back to me, that door is staying shut until you hand it back. So, yes, question. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. And me, I don't know if people here have ever seen his carving.
Yes.
He took me down there, and I could stay down there today.
Yes.
His work is amazing, and his research.
Yes.
He has worked at Siemens for 27 years, and I did not know that his research should be what college? Big one.
Oh, Cornell?
Cornell.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim? So we have Jim Poncher's neighbor here. What's your name? Tim and Steve are here. They're Jim Poncher's neighbor. If you don't know who Jim Poncher is, he is a legend when it comes to birding in Muskegon and Ottawa counties. Okay? If you look at the book, this book, Birds of Ottawa County, Michigan, you will see his name all over it because his records are what provided the basis for a lot of the information in this book. Because his records go all the way back into the 60s. 1953, he's got records. So he's been birding this area longer than anybody else. He also does wonderful carvings. I know that he gave a lot of those carvings to the Muskegon Wastewater, and if you've ever been inside of the building at the Muskegon Wastewater at the office, they have a room that has all of his carvings in there too. I think they still have that. What's that? It just got renovated. Oh, are you going to include the... But Jim Poncher, I haven't seen him in quite a while. He has been to a Coffee with the Birds in the past, a few years ago, but I haven't seen him in quite a long time. Yeah, I was going to say he's getting up there, but I hope he's able to still get out and enjoy the birds. But quite a legend. Good, good. Well, tell him a hello from Curtis. Yes, oh, yes. Oh, we're not going to stand for that. We got a squirrel on the feeder, and not for long. Hey, get out of there. He just showed me his route in and out. That's information I needed to know. Yep, we like the squirrels, but not on the feeders, not during Coffee with the Birds. Nope. Oh, that's funny. So, sorry, your question. Yes. Okay, so the question is trying to attract owls to the backyard, putting out a box. You mentioned barred owl as the one that you've heard. That requires a bigger box with a bigger opening, and you can. So by bigger box, a wood duck box will work, but you've got to have a bigger opening. And typically, I think it's like you can look online at Project Nest Watch. I think they've got all kinds of the instructions on how big these things should be and the size of the holes and things like that for barred owl. But that would be the best option. Is like a wood duck box size. Now, would a eastern screech owl, something smaller, actually nest in that too? I wouldn't doubt it, but they typically prefer like an actual wood duck box because they fit through the hole that a wood duck does. So, but one of those kinds of homes, yeah. Well, if you're a Mug Club member, in the near future, at one of the next Coffee with the Birds, there may be an owl box that gets as a prize. So, and I have to think, is it the Eastern Screech or is it a Bard? I have to look. It's a box set. So, but yeah, putting up a box can be helpful. Yeah. A great horned owl on your wood duck box. So Rick is showing me footage of a great horned owl on his wood duck box from his house. Yeah, probably looking for the screech owl or the squirrel that's nesting inside there too. Squirrels often get in those too and use them. Yep, equal opportunity. There you go. It's a hole. Anything's going to use it, right? So, yes. Bald eagles hunting squirrels is the question. I've never seen it. I've never really heard any tales of that. Would I say never? No, I'll never say never because birds always prove you wrong when you say never. But they don't typically hunt in areas that squirrels would be. They hunt in open areas over water, Farm fields, they'll scavenge off of roadkill, things like that. They're not one that's going to chase down and catch a squirrel. Now there's an eagle out west called the golden eagle. They do hunt specifically mammals, but out in the open, like the sagebrush and things, they're hunting rabbits mainly. So squirrels are arboreal. They usually are in forests, and so they're typically not hunted by the eagles. So, so here's the thing. That squirrel maybe doesn't realize or doesn't know if that eagle is going to eat it for dinner or not. So they might just stay away if the eagle's around because there's a big bully there. So I have my doubts that they're catching squirrels, but and Cooper's hawks are a little small for squirrels, but they could, if they really wanted to, catch a squirrel. But typically, you know, like a red-tailed hawk, red-shouldered hawk is more of a forest-dwelling species. Great horned owl will definitely eat a squirrel if it can. Yeah, yeah. No, good question. Barred owls, yeah. Barred owls maybe not as much because they're not as big, but barred owls could potentially take a squirrel too, especially a smaller one. You had a question? They were too much tunnel vision on each other to know that the squirrel was there. So the story is a couple of squirrels were running around a tree while a hawk had come in, and they were not seeing the hawk, and the hawk tried to take one out, but didn't successfully. Yeah, maybe it was just trying to chase. So yeah, the hawk did not catch a squirrel, but was chasing them. Maybe it was an immature just trying to practice. We had something came through because the birds all flushed here. We got a still downy on number 10. We got a goldfinch. Oh, it just flew off of number 4. And you know what bird we have not seen? Even though we had all those juncos, what have we not seen on the ground? Tree sparrows. Tree sparrows, and cardinals too, we have not had. So tree sparrows and cardinals. Blue jay, no, you're right. Doves, I heard, yeah, we have not seen doves yet either. Doves can be a little bit finicky when coming in for coffee with the birds because they can sense a little bit more motion, a little more noise, a little more commotion. So we don't get them as often during coffee with the birds here, and they're so skittish. They fly at the first sight of anything. So, but the American tree sparrows, that's interesting, and cardinal too. We usually get the cardinals coming through. They don't come and stay. They come in a group, and then they're usually gone afterwards. So we've got a little bit more time. There's the hairy woodpecker on number 3. It says, the goldfinches are gone. Now I can eat these seeds. So they like a variety too. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. Watching the. So we've got a story of an owl chasing a squirrel, but the squirrel being aware of the owl and hiding in the brush and escaping then, you say? Yep. Yep. Yep, because it's hard for the predator to get into an area that's got all kinds of shelter. That's why I say, for attracting birds to your yard, food, water, shelter. You got a place for them to go that the predators can't really get into, or if they do, it's harder for them. So once they've been spotted, it becomes a lot harder for that predator to get the prey. They like the element of surprise if they can. We've got a couple of comments on here. Just had an eagle fly by, Shirley did. Fly over and drop a squirrel right by my car as I was driving. It could have been roadkill. I don't know. It was dead when it hit the road. You got video of that? I'd like to see. Oh my goodness. So, very likely it was roadkill if it was a squirrel. And we've got good morning from Kentwood. No snow or sleet here yet. Good morning to you in Kentwood. Oh, red-breasted. Where? Oh, he's back up on the tree. There he goes over and up, and the goldfinches are coming back. So I'm glad we spotted the red-breasted nuthatch. Did he get on film there, Rick? I don't know. No, okay. So, yeah, we got a few minutes yet for Coffee with the Birds live streaming, so we'll hopefully get these goldfinches back into the feeders, and maybe a couple more species. I'm going to be looking over underneath number 8 for the tree sparrows. Red-bellied. Oh, above 10 on the first branch to the left of number 10, there is a red-bellied woodpecker. That's the first of the morning. Hopefully, if we stay still, it'll come in. Come on to the feeder. I think it's looking at number 10. They like to come to number 10. Come on. Yeah, we got a red-bellied woodpecker looking to come in. And yes, Susan, eagles are scavengers. The bald eagle will readily steal food and eat dead food, like a vulture. So we got that question online. They will catch live fish and things like that too, but other than that, they often will scavenge. Yep. There he is. Hairy woodpecker just flew off, and the red-bellied is on the back side of number 5. On the back side, of course. I put the good suet on the front side there. Come on. Where did he go to? Oh, way up. Okay. So, yeah. Well, he was there for a moment and then said, "Oh, there's a lot of people looking at me." Oh, as soon as you got him in focus. So we got a glimpse of him on the camera, didn't we? Oh, the goldfinches, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of them out there that are brightly yellow colored, which is interesting. Lots of goldfinches here. Oh. Any last questions, stories, local sightings, things you want to share, both online and in person? I'll give it one more chance to chime in here. Oh, we have a backyard sighting of a barred owl, and the question is, why are they mourning doves? So it's M-O-U-R, as in not the AM of the day, but as in sad, and it's because of their song. So mourning is like mournful, and their song is a coo-wee, coo, 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 just a mournful song. So that's what it's in reference to. Yep, good question though, good question. We got a tree sparrow? Over this way? Oh yeah, there's a tree sparrow down to the right of the rock. To the right of the rock on the ground. Yep, there he is. Rick is working on it for those of you online. Oh, did he fly? Of course he did. So we did get a tree sparrow. To the right of 10 on the ground somewhere. Oh, back up there. Yep, now he's behind the maple tree there. Yep. Yeah, the brush right behind 7 there, Rick. You see number 7, look straight through to the right of the maple tree there. Yep. So we'll try to get that tree sparrow on there for you online. Nice to have a lot of bird activity here at the feeders. One thing I do want to mention, those of you in person, we've got a special guest here this morning. We'll hear some more from him with the tidbit portion. Is Nick Smith. He's our Visitor Business Services coordinator, and he is here with information on the Item Explorers Camp. So if you want to ask questions, he's the guy in charge of it. And he's here handing out some free prizes. He's got information, all that stuff. He's got a table over here, and he's going to talk for a little bit in the tidbits too. But feel free to check out his table when we break here in a few minutes. And for those of you online, I guess it's time for me to actually get the link and post the link for you all to do. So the birding tidbits today is just a video. We will not be live streaming it because the main portion of it is this video that I'm posting right here. This is the tidbits video. It is a video on the winners, the stories behind the winners' photos for the photo contest. In person here, we're going to be showing the same video, so that's why we don't have to live stream it. I hope that you all can tune into that, and that goes live at 10:30. So if you click on it right now, it says upcoming. It will go live at 10:30 a.m. Then you can watch it there. That is the premiere for it. Let me see. There we go. Photo contest, stories behind the winning photos. So click on that link that I just sent you online. Those of you in person, you don't have to click on any links. I'll be showing the video for you in the other room here in just a few minutes. Any last questions online here? I'm looking here. We had a Cooper's hawk eating a red squirrel under a pine tree in the yard. The red squirrels are a little smaller, a little easier for those Cooper's hawks to handle. So, yep, you betcha. That's coming from the Mannings. So we have not had the Cooper's hawk here that we have seen, but the evidence of it has come in the form of the scattering birds. Okay, what I'm going to do is it is 23 minutes after 10, and I think I am going to wrap things up for this session of Coffee with Birds. What we're going to do now is those of us in person, go ahead and refill your coffee, get another donut, and then come join me at about 10:30 or thereabouts in the great room, and we're going to do the tidbits portion of Coffee with the Birds. Then those who are maybe already here and maybe already waiting in that room will also get an opportunity to do a feeder watching session after the tidbits portion, so a little after 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us this morning here in person at Hemlock Crossing. Thank you so much for joining us online. I haven't even looked. How many people we've had online here? Oh, we've got 22 online. So excellent. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. I've got some thanks here to me and to Rick for the program. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you can enjoy it from home. And I hope to see you on February 14th, Valentine's Day. What a great way to celebrate your love for birds and each other on Valentine's. So that will be our next Coffee with the Birds. But thank you so much. And Rick, you can cut my audio and just leave the feeders going for just a moment. and then I'll cut the live stream over here. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time.